Hello, I'm Professor Hack Harddrive, and have you noticed how popular tattoos seem to be getting these days? I mean, it's truly extraordinary. When I was a little one, only sailors had tattoos, or sometimes prisoners, or who knows. But these days, every beautiful girl you come across has got at least 6, and a lot of the guys, you know, are tattooed from head to stern. And I thought to myself, well, maybe I should admit what's been going on with my private tattoo life, because you can't really see. I don't exactly show it off. Well, one day I didn't have anything to do, so I decided to get my first tattoo. I thanked the artist who wasn't the smartest, and then I paid and went out to get laid with Lorraine, who thought that the tattoo I bought was rather inane because it misspelled her name. Well, at that, I did a double take, because in fact there was no mistake. Lorraine with 2 R's was my mother, and Lorraine, my best squeeze, was another. The 2 R's were quite correct for my mom, that's that. Right beneath my tattooed name, Hack. But Lorraine, 1 R, was in a daze and worked herself into a rage. She said I should get another that didn't refer to my mother. And I thought, oh brother, more of me to cover. The first tattoo was on my left wrist, and Lorraine, well, she was so pissed. So I went back to the tattoo place, and I said, okay, tattoo my face with Lorraine. And he even put on a cactus. He needed plenty of practice. And my forehead now is tattooed, so I don't have to be nude for people to know I love Lorraine so. But one day last week, hey, I started to freak because Lorraine went berserk, because I'm just a file clerk, and she met a rich guy named Freddie. Now they're going steady. Hey, I've been left in the lurch, feeling like a jerk with her name on my face, not some other place. For a tattoo modification, I wasn't ready, even though I'd just met Betty. Betty was my next squeeze, and she was the one I wanted to please. And for the tattoos on my knees, I paid him the full fees. Betty wanted me to cross out Lorraine 1 R, which was probably much better by far than removing the tattoo, which is painful to do. For when a tattoo is seared out, you may scream and shout. But a revised tattoo on my forehead could have been swiftly enacted, but the procedure itself would have been so protracted. I didn't want to look like a document that had been redacted. Well, so I'm not all blacked out above the eyes, but on my neck a new name did arise. The tattoo says Betty in red and green. Betty likes eagles, so her big dream was that I cover my back with an eagle bold, a tattoo that would stay till I got very old. And on my left thigh, she wanted a golden retriever, and on my right thigh, we agreed on a beaver. Everything was fine until Betty lost her mind. Over at Lover's Ridge, she jumped off a bridge, and with her body so mangled, her hair all tangled, she was pulled from the river. Oh, it made me shiver. But Jeanette, well, she says good riddance to Betty. After all, she worked for a pittance in a flower shop where she would stop to smile at every man with a tattoo on his hand. Jeanette favored tattoos on the arm. She said arm tattoos had great charm, and she thought mine were dull. She wanted a skull, and then she started scheming for the head of a demon on my left bicep. So more tattoos, they crept all over that arm. And then to my alarm, while in the tattoo parlor I slept, this so-called artist, he kept adding on more tattoos. Oh, why the hell did I snooze? Above me, this tattoo artist hovered, And soon both my arms were covered with dragons and giants and 7 dwarfs quite defiant, and an alligator. The vulture came later. And as for my back, it didn't lack tattoos galore. I bought out the store. There was a joker from poker, and a lady cigar smoker, and clouds of smoke, suggestive of dope, fluting out of a hookah, and a skeleton to spook ya, and a coiled up snake. That one looked like your mistake. And the web of a spider, and a champion fighter. So from the top of my head to my ankles below, I was a walking and talking tattoo picture show. And the only problem was that I did grow. And the more that was so, what can I say, my friend, but oh no. As the years went by, I was a poor sight to the eye, because bigger was I. Why should I lie? All my tattoos were no longer trim. As I got fatter, what a fix you put me in. The tattoos all stretched out. I was in such a stew. And my body hair, well, that grew too. And when I hit 50, I developed some sores. My skin got infected around a couple pores. So now all the art that decorates my body looks like workmanship that was quite shoddy. And as I reflect back to the day I first got illustrated, I think to myself, maybe I should have waited.